everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, David Sponheim. Here is my kitchen. Let's take a look at the beautiful. We've got a view out there of the clouds covering the Olympic Mountains, and then the garden in the kitchen. It's always great to have a garden in your kitchen. And today we're going to be eating some pork green pepper rice, I guess. Yeah, it's going to be a sweet pork pepper rice, $7 for four. And let's get started in the chat rooms. Hello. Yeah. Put this ahead of there. Right. I am David Sponheim, and I'm doing a show daily because this is what I do, And the cooking show has been quite a cost-saving tool for people. I've had people tell me that thank you so much for coming up with these ideas because they use them in weddings. And one guy did a wedding for I think it was like 50 people for $30. It was ridiculously reasonable for them to do a wedding. Yeah, like I don't know how they did it, but they used some of my recipes with low cost in mind. Okay, so we're going to get into the Vaughn chat room. And yeah, I'm using this mic because it works. No, I don't. My herbs are outside. I cook with herbs that I wildcraft. Yeah, I have thyme and oregano, and yeah, I don't grow basil because it's not really a good crop to grow in my area. You need a hot climate for basil. Yeah, I've got a big sage plant that's huge, and I just take a few leaves off of that and dry them out for turkey dinners. So it's pretty nice. But I have had to get dillweed and things like that. Great place to get organic herbs is Walmart. Believe it or not, they've got these products. Here's onion powder, organic onion powder. Yeah, they sell these on a rack at Walmart for about $2.50 roughly. Very affordable. Yeah, I vlog. I don't usually get in the shows, so I've had problems getting in there. Let's see if Sarah's trying to get in there. Yeah, let me see if I can get in right now. Right. Let me mute this. Yeah, I have to turn the audio back on in order to talk to you. I realize that. Yeah. Thank you. You didn't miss much. I was just getting into a couple chat rooms. All right, so let's move on here. Getting the Periscope show going. And while I'm doing that, let's go ahead and start up the grill here. We're going to turn this grill on back here on level 3. Okay. All right. Right. I also keep some herbs back here, bulk herbs that I use, like curry, paprika, basil. You see, I bought a big thing of basil and an organic Italian seasoning I got, just in case I want to back up my herb supply. It's always good to have lots of herbs when you're cooking. Okay, this is a tech cooking show for, yeah. '21. All right. We're going live. Okay, here's the link if you guys want a low resolution show on a tablet. We're going live. We also post that link on our third-party Twitter site. So you can. Proud of my herbs. Yes, I keep a little herb around. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this too. Problem is, it takes a while to start the show. So yeah, it's always difficult to get past this point here. Okay, here you are. How do you know for sure that all the products labeled organic is organic? I don't, McDundy. I studied organic food back in the 1980s, and I went to all the organic tilth locations in my reach and talked to the people, and they go out to the farms and they check. There's a pretty rigorous process by which they have to make sure that the land is free of any pesticides. Yeah. And I am the only chef in the world who's cooking with organic, non-GMO food whenever possible, as you know. But today, the onion is organic. The green pepper, not so organic. I got this for under $1. So I got the pork, boneless pork chop, boneless. I got this for about $4. So that's a lot of pork for $4, 30% off. So $4 for that, $1 for this. That's $5. The rice is another $1, $6. And the vegetables are $7. So, hey, Jeff. Hi, how are you? I am, the only chef. None of the other chefs are allowed to actually talk about organic food, in case you didn't know. There's serious suppression of information about organic food on the mainstream media. And that's one of the reasons why I've been such a strong believer in it for years, because I do believe it contributes to disease and cancer, the pesticides and herbicides that have been used in food that's not organic. That's not to say that food won't get aerial spray from, somebody drifting over the field or something. You don't know. And you really don't know if there's any radiation coming on the field too. There's no. Are you seriously DDoSing me right now? Seriously? See what I mean? Look at that. DDoS for talking about organic food. Look at that. Can you believe that, folks? Check that out. I'm going to go back on, see if we can get back up. Yeah. Okay. Video on. Man, that site is really a problem. Just tell me if video's on. No, we're being attacked right now. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Hang on, everybody. We're recording. I'm just going to go ahead and keep that pan getting hot while I reboot. Yeah, they don't want to talk about that. Any organic food is considered verboten to talk about, because they know that they want to poison the population. And they've been doing it for years, and they've been getting away with it. And the Democrats won't talk about organic food, which makes the Democrats a useless party. And they won't talk about the dangers of vaccines. which makes them equally useless. Okay, hang on just a second. Okay, we're going to get into this show in just a second, folks. If you're trying to watch us right now, it's because I have been attacked for simply talking about organic food. Yeah, that's how messed up this is. It's terrible. So if you are up and running, let's do this. We're going to go into that show. Okay, we're doing that one. Okay, they're using that method. All right, we'll go back into the show either way. Okay. If you're having problems with the show, it's because we are being attacked. Not sure why, but I guess it has something to do with the fact that I promote organic food on my show, which is a very sad thing. Okay, first order of business is to get oil in the pan. So I have this spray of safflower oil, which I use, which I recommend. It's the best safflower oil you can get, and it's really a fantastic oil to cook with. It can handle temperatures as high as 400 degrees. I actually prefer it over extra virgin olive oil, which is great. Okay, we're going to put nice big slices here. Let's go ahead and cut the onion up. Okay, and throw the onion in the pan. A little sizzle going there. Okay. Now in handling the pork, strange. Video on. Yeah, let's see if we can get this thing rolling again. Almost. Nope. Okay, so what we're dealing with here is an attack at the Vaughn server. And if you want to go to DLive, you can. But you can also see me at coolrock.com. Okay? So just go there. that's going to have to do because I cannot help you guys over there. Vaughn is being attacked itself. They won't even allow me to pick up another server. Yeah. So I'm using all these options. Yeah, they won't even allow me. Vaughn is down itself. Yeah, so Vaughn is completely unable to broadcast. So you guys, you can use the chat room, but go to Cool Rock, okay? All right, so in dealing with the pork, I'm going to pull it out of the package. Okay. And with pork, I do like to rinse it, so we're going to rinse it off completely. There you go. Okay. Now I have some pear that from the pear sauce that I had from previously that I really need to use. So I'm going to go ahead and put the pork in the pear container. I'm going to cut it up into nice, fairly small chunks, you know, fairly small. Whoops. That's not supposed to happen. The pork is not supposed to touch the breadboard, so we're just going to cut this pork up, and I'm going to put it in the pear sauce. I'm getting a little caramelization on the onions, so I'm going to go ahead and throw some carrots in here. I picked up some carrots Sarah had from her school. I'm just going to put those in the pan. Carrots are a good base to start a pork dish with. And they're pretty small, so, and I don't really worry about washing them because, you know, who knows? They're industrially clean. Okay, and then one more. I'm burning flying carrots all over the place. Okay. Give it a stir. Throw a little water in there because you want to get a little steam going. Just a little touch. And I throw in rosemary. Rosemary is a big hit for pork. Rosemary and pork work very well together. So I'm going to throw some rosemary on here. Let me lift the tab on this. Nice. Throw some rosemary in the pork. Okay. All right, we are experiencing severe drop frames, and I am going to check my provider. Provider is doing great, but I'm being attacked on all levels. Yep. Our show is being attacked at all levels right now, so if you are broadcasting or if you're watching the show, you could catch us at Cool Rock. So. All right. Okay, it's a bannable offense. I don't have a brother that I can call, so. Yeah, iVlog is another one that's available. It's very important I get this pork in the container rather quickly. So I'm going to put this in here, right in the pork, in the pear. So I'm going to pour it right in the pear sauce. All the pear sauce is going down in there. So you can use applesauce. You don't need that much pear sauce, but it works. It renders down once it's cooking. And right, and then I'm going to go ahead and get this going right there. Okay. Okay, and I'm going to put that all in the pear sauce. See that? Okay. All right, we've got big problems. Yeah, there's lots of dropout here, so I'm going to go ahead and hit up another server. There we go. It seems that all of my sites are being attacked simultaneously. It has nothing to do with my server or my connection at all. So, yeah, all I can do is reboot and hope for the best. Yep. But I'm going to make this pork dinner whether you like it or not. So, yeah, there's no way I can get around it. I have to cook, so. All right. I picked up a really good hummus dressing made out of red pepper. I'm going to put that in there too. Yeah, you don't have that at your disposal, but it's equivalent to a spike of flavor. So I'm going to take it and kind of move it around like this, totally marinating the whole pork in the pear. You like that? Okay, and then I'm just going to cover it all up. And then I'm going to dump it right in the container. Okay. I'm putting it all right into the container. It's cooking. There we go. Nice. Okay, evenly put the pork on top of the carrots and the onions. Okay, covering everything up. Taking it to level 6. Now, this container has a little water. I can put a little water in it. And use every bit of that. Put it right in the container. All right. Periscope seems to be the best. So let's do Periscope. Yeah, you guys who are in Periscope, let's see if that's rolling. Hang on. Frozen 2. Okay, yeah. Here is the video. Check that out. That's working. Yeah, Periscope is the best one to use. They're hitting my entire trunk server, whatever that is. They're going after everything they can to stop the show. Which shows you how desperate they are. I'm going to be doing a much better show, really, in the other room because I have more tools to evade this attack. This laptop setup is pretty mild in terms of its ability to withstand the attack. Sarah uses it normally to do her show, which is really just a service that we're providing. Okay. I'm going to cut the pepper up. It's a big pepper. Look at how big that pepper is. Okay, what you want to do is cut a little bit down the sides and then pull the seed ball out. And if you plant that like that in 2 inches of soil, it will grow. You'll actually have a pepper plant. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and cut the pepper up. fairly nice chunks, about a 1/4 inch each or a 1/2 inch, whatever. And you don't want that little label that goes on the pepper. That's the last thing you want to eat. So, yeah. I did wash the pepper, but it is not organic. That's the thing. Okay, pepper is important because the meal calls for pepper. I mean peppers, not pepper. But you can add pepper if you want. You know, there's pepper there. Put a little pepper in there. Wow. That's wild. It's cooking away. You know, and I love Patti LaBelle. Not personally, but I love her Patti's seasoning, her no salt seasoning. I'm going to add a little of that in there. It's got the perfect spices and turmeric and everything you want. I'm using the rest of this coriander up too. Again, the primary ingredient though for seasoning is rosemary. So yeah, you want to get that rosemary taste in there. That's really important. Okay, so that's just going to be cooking on a high level before pork takes a long time to cook. Yeah, so we finally got a decent show going here. Ah, man, they were attacking us constantly. It was amazing. Coriander is nice. Yeah. Cilantro seeds, and it doesn't really have a taste per se, coriander. I mean, it's kind of a mild taste. One of the herbs I don't cook with rarely is tarragon. Tarragon is one of those herbs they use with chicken breast. Thank you. It was your pleasure. Thanks for helping. What did you do, Jeff? Yeah. Did you stop the DDoS attack? Wait a second. Cold coffee. That's not what I wanted. I forgot to hit the microwave. Look at these big containers of tomatoes we get right now. This seasonal. $2.99 for that thing. Isn't that amazing? Such a deal. All right, so right now we're cooking at the bottom level. And because this is a steam fry, it's going to be, we're going to pull the bottom to the top and give it a full rotation. But right now I'm trying to cook those carrots. That's really important. Otherwise the carrots won't get done if you rotate them off the bottom. Yeah, I'm going to do the rice, the frozen rice thing. I'm using this particular thing. I get this pretty low priced. It's like $4.59 at Trader Joe's. It comes with 3 packages, so they're roughly $1.25 a piece. But organic food, already pre-cooked, that's a pretty good deal. You can steam these in a microwave for about 3 minutes, face down. But I just throw it right on the food when it's cooking, frozen and all. I really don't care. All right, so we're getting a nice hot base. You can put garlic in this. It's certainly okay if you've got a clove of garlic you want to work with. Yeah. So I'll pull a couple of cloves off of there. Say 3 big cloves. Go ahead and pound down on it. Okay, and that makes it very easy to get rid of the shell or the clove's skin. Pops right out. Very easy to work with that way. Otherwise, sitting there peeling the cloves takes forever. Of course, I do like that chopped garlic. I have a whole container of it, but I'm saving it for survival, Yeah, I mean, things like that stay in the cupboard for a long, long time. Okay, so I'm going to throw a little garlic in with the peppers. Take off the top there. The top of the garlic has a little stem on it. There you go. And just kind of like dice it real quick. And I love this French curl knife. It's my favorite, actually. You see, I'm not cooking with the ones that I got from Meow TV because generally they're just not as functional as this. This you can scoop with and do all kinds of things. Although I do love those, and they're great for filleting and doing really good fine work with meat. But this is just a rough, with pork, you just throw it in there and you're cooking, steaming the hell out of it. Pork has to be cooked at a high temperature. Look at that. There you go. Okay, so kind of just press everything in like that, and kind of you're rotating and pressing as you go. That nice? Keeping the carrots kind of at a hot base, so they're kind of cooking into it. All right, and then you can throw your garlic on. And then the green peppers go on top. Let me get a better picture of that. There you go. All right. You're still cooking at level 6. All right, cook away. Boil, boil, boil. It doesn't matter how it cooks. This is really kind of a wet dinner, so you really don't have to worry about frying the pork first. Yeah, that's not important. I'm going to clean up and put a little compost away here. I tried planting some green peppers in my kitchen, but I have like 50-degree weather here in the kitchen, so it's not like the green peppers are going to grow anytime soon, right? Yeah, isn't that a great name? Sweet pork rice. Pork is one of those things you really want to eat with any number of ornamental vegetables, or it's fantastic with papaya. It's great with the Hawaiians do a fantastic job with papaya and pork. The longer pork cooks, the more tender it gets. And it is the other white meat, in case you didn't know. Pork traditionally is not used by, of course, Jewish people and Muslims because they consider it a scavenger food. Hey, Tom. How's it going, man? Well, this is not a sugar. This is it's a fruit sugar, terrible typist. Yeah, it's a fruit sugar. And I normally don't cook with sugar or eat sugar. I'm hyperglycemic, so I have to keep my sugar levels down. But when you cook with it, it breaks down the sugars into the meat, and it really helps flavor the meat, and especially pork. Now, you can do this with applesauce or anything really that's fruit-oriented, but don't put sugar in the meal. No. This is all natural. We have an organic pear tree outside that grows, and every year we have these bushels of pears. And we make the sauce. You remember seeing that sauce thing we made. And the sauce is still in the refrigerator. And what I did was, with the sauce, is I added vodka, about a shot of vodka to each container. And it stops any mold or mildew from forming on the pear sauce. So it's really an incredible thing to do. I'm also making some pear liqueur, which is kind of nice. Okay, just keep cooking that at a really high flame. We're just cooking the heck out of that food, and you really want to get that pork cooked well. Yeah, and now the green peppers are steaming in. So what I'm going to do is take the green peppers and push them in. I'm going to kind of like press them down. There you go. So while the green peppers are cooking, the vitamins are going into the meat. Yeah, it's fantastic. Hey, Jeff, what's up? Yeah, Jeff, the island sounds appealing, except for all the underage minors that you seem to have there. Yeah, I can't associate with you. Sorry, Jeff. I'm so sorry, yeah. As much as I'd like to go to the island and hang out, I just can't hang around underage minors. I'm not into that. That's your thing. And I guess the government's letting you do it now that they faked your death and you're good. Yeah, no, I consider that really bad, really bad. I know you view the whole thing differently, but yeah, that's not my thing, man. But yeah, I love islands. I have some island property, as you probably know. I know, the puffy shirt. I also have I have lots of property. I don't talk about my property like you, Jeff. None of them are underage? Yeah, sure. That's what you tell all the politicians when they spend the evening with a massage, I'm sure. Okay, so uh, I'm not Alan Dershowitz, okay? I'm a lot smarter than he is. That moron thinks that you can use military law to force vaccinate an entire population. I don't know how he got his law degree, but he clearly missed somewhere along the line the Constitution of the United States. All right, you got a good steam going. You're going to go ahead and break that frozen cooked rice. This is all cooked rice. Now, there was not a lot of salt in this meal, except for that sauce I poured in it, that red pepper sauce. So this doesn't have a lot of salt in it. So if you need to add salt, go right ahead. But look at that. That's like frozen. See that? Put it right on top. Boom, boom, boom. Keep it covered. And you're steaming that right now. Yeah, now if you want to add something, lighter to the top, say chopped zucchini or something, or, if you want to add more vegetables to the dish, you can do that at this point. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go with what I have here. Yeah, Sarah likes the dinners I make. I don't see her, well, I have seen her complain a couple times when I used to cook with eggs, but eggs are not something she'll eat. So I can't put an egg in anything I make. She just hates that feeling of slimy eggs in the dish. And I don't blame her, really. But egg is a binder if you want to make something firm up. Like if you're making a salmon loaf, you need egg. You can't do it without it. So, yeah, I'm going to take that board while I'm cooking this. I'm going to take that board and just rinse it off, because remember I put some pork on it. Make sure that cleans off thoroughly. You don't want to put meat on a breadboard ever. That was an accident. It was not intentional. But yeah. And don't ever dry anything with an old rag. That rag is dirty. No matter how clean it is, it's still a bacteria collector. So I recommend getting a paper towel out and, using that for your entire meal as a cleaning rag. Wow, this is going along just fine. All right, now I've got a little bit of my Ethiopian berbere sauce, Ethiopian seasoning. It's made with Hungarian sweet paprika, cayenne, roasted garlic, salt, allspice, ginger, and cardamom. I'm going to use a little sprinkle of this. You can't replicate this anywhere unless you go to Ethiopia. But I'm going to use this. You can also use a little hot sauce. It doesn't hurt to have a little hot sauce in there, just for flavor. Okay, I'm going to put a little of this on top. All right. And then paprika. Let's put a little paprika in there. Added paprika. Nice Hungarian sweet paprika here. Yes. No more than a half a teaspoon. I mean, not even a quarter of a teaspoon of paprika. You don't want to get it. Paprika is actually toxic if you eat too much of it. All right. Now we go for the full stir. That's right, full stir. Poke it and stir it and poke it. Okay. You're still cooking at level 6. You're sealing the deal. You got to get that pork really cooked. It needs to get up to 160 degrees minimum for about 15, 20 minutes. Okay, global warming in Saudi Arabia. I hate to say this, but our weather is being engineered by evil people. And they want us all to believe that this is all due to carbon point legislation. Or excuse me, it's all due to carbon accumulating. Now, granted, when you're looking at
مركز علقان ما شاء الله تبارك الله نزول الثلوج بكثافة ما شاء الله.
Camels are freezing. Check this out. Camels are freezing in Saudi Arabia. Weather modification is not related to carbon dioxide. Try telling that to a camel, though. He's freezing.
صباحكم كل خير.
Hey, buddy, this isn't carbon dioxide related, man. That's
1442 جبال الظهر مركز علقان ما شاء الله.
If you want to know why the country is having weather changes that are pretty drastic, it is because they are purposely doing that to the weather. That's what's happening. They're purposely creating this weather change. These types of weather changes would occur if there was just carbon buildup over a 200-year period. Yeah, I realize that peppers are nightshade vegetables, Tom, but it's just for flavor, okay? We're not using a lot of it in the food. All right, thanks. So these people who are really evil have all this money, like Bill Gates, who's funding weather modification. And that's what's happening. And they're blaming you. Look at this is the bane of my existence, this thing. See this? This is the bane of this is what I desperately want to get a mechanical vertical blind. Look at this. Look at that. I actually got to go up, grab it and pull it and yank it as it goes down. I do this every day too. It's just so frustrating. All right. Yeah. Now this also works as a, you can blow your nose in it too. But then you don't want to use it again in the cooking process. All right. We're just cooking the hell out of it. You can see it's just steaming away right here. Fantastic. Resuming. Nothing's behind a clock. No, it's just it's a pain in the butt. I've got to get a mechanical. I've got to get electric vertical blinds. Okay, that's got to happen. It's just a question of when. I don't use a hair cutting bowl. My hair is cut with a thing called a scissors and my hand. So I'm not sure where you're going with that. Why don't you look at the steaming container for a while I go turn my coffee on in the other room while I heat it up for the show. There you go. I'm going to give you the full look. Let me get the coffee on the other microwave going. All right, isn't that nice? The complete kitchen look. All right, so yeah, we're going to be, this is exciting, isn't it? Watching something steam. It's nice. I like to keep my glass top clean, during the dinner. So if you see me cleaning up during the dinner, it's because I'm always cleaning. A good chef will always clean up after themselves constantly. You know, I would love to be able to cook for a lot of people, but with the new laws of healthcare laws, I can only cook for a couple people. I'm so sorry. All right, I think you're done. You can turn everything off. And you can let this sit on the stove in its own heat and serve it later if you want. You know, you don't have to serve it right away. It gets better over time. So what I'm going to do is put the entire dish in this bowl right here for your visual pleasure. Now, as you know, I like to also add a little Parmesan to the dish as a flavoring agent. You know what I was going to do today, and I can still do it if I wanted to. I can take this coleslaw and dump it on top, and it's actually really good steamed. Yeah. But I don't really want to do that now because I'm going for more of a pure taste. But coleslaw actually works in this type of a dish. If you want to add it to the dish, you just need to steam it for about maybe 10 minutes, and it works right into the meal. And it's already pre-cut. I was actually going to do that, but I don't think I need to do that with this dish. All right, let's move it into the bowl and see what we got. Wow. It's all steamed, ready to go. Putting it all in there. Nice. And the carrots go on top this way. So they garnish the dish very nicely with the carrots on top. Big chunks of pork. It's going to be good. Okay, and I'll get that covered right away. I'm going to throw a little Parmesan on top. Let that heat in its own juices. But yeah, we are done. You know, I'm going to take that up to dinner for 5. I think we can feed 5 people with this. Yeah. There you go. Okay, that's it for me. Beautiful dinner extraordinaire. Ta-da! Now, I'm going into the room. You guys can check out the show in just about 2 minutes. I'll be back in just a jiff. Thanks for coming in to David's Kitchen.